Hi, welcome to the very first Entrepreneurs Finishing School podcast. I'm Tamsin Fox Davis. I'm the principal of the Entrepreneurs Finishing School, and today with me I have one of my faculty members. This is Laura Lee Clark. She is a wealth profiling specialist, and she's going to talk to us today a little bit about how you can use wealth profiling in your business to really move things forward, how you can use it to help your marketing and help you get more clients, sell more products and take your business forward. So welcome, Laura.
Thank you very much, Dave.
It's lovely to have you here. If you could tell us just a little bit about your background for the people watching this video, because they won't know you as well as I do.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Tamsin. Well, the first thing is that most people find out about me was that I used to be a physicist, believe it or not. And from there I went out into sales and marketing. And I've been using the things that I've picked up and learned along the way in personal development and in marketing in order to get some really good results. So I thought one of the great things to do would be to share those results, and things have just kind of snowballed from there.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So what's some of the recent stuff that you've been up to?
Well, mostly it's to do with the wealth profiling that you mentioned already. I first came across that when I met a guy called Roger Hamilton, who runs the Wealth Dynamics. It was his creation, and I was introduced to it several years before I really got involved with it, but I ended up winning the sales and marketing competition that Triumphant Events ran. I think it was about a year and a half ago.
Wow. So that must have been a pretty big competition.
It was a 90-day challenge, and there's several people who already had businesses set up, and I was just getting started out, and I showed conversion rates in excess of what they'd seen in the other candidates and stuff. So I kind of implemented on a small project working with like a DiMartini coach to get their product out into market, and kind of prove concepts that prior to that had only really been theoretical for me. So as a result of that, I went out to the Entrepreneurs Business School out in Bali, and studied under Roger Hamilton there, and really got to grips with wealth dynamics, and I've been using it ever since.
Oh, that's great. That's really interesting. So, did you find that it was actually the wealth profiling that made a difference to you winning that competition, do you think?
I think so. I think at that point I'd started to get to grips with the fact that two creators can't really work together successfully, not in the long term at least. And also this concept about flow and being in flow and doing the things that come naturally to you rather than trying to get good at something that you're not naturally good at anyway. So I think that was the key taking point before I'd been to the Entrepreneurs Business School.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there's a lesson there, isn't there, for most business owners?
Yes, definitely.
Really. Certainly one that I've experienced, and I know that some of my clients have as well. If you're doing work that's actually going with your purpose, that's putting you in flow, then you're going to be more successful. You're going to get better results.
Oh, without a doubt. And the other thing is that at school we're taught, if we get a D in a subject, we're taught to work harder at that subject. And the actual fact is that by working harder at that subject, you just kind of plateau across the board. Whereas if you were to put your focus onto your A-grade subjects, you'd completely excel at those. And that's what mastery is about. It's about finding where your flow is, finding what you're really good at, and then just going for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, something that came up for me very recently was when I did a poll actually amongst my clients and my contacts, and it seemed that we were looking at what people had found were successful marketing strategies for small businesses and what people had found were not successful marketing strategies for their small businesses. And I was very surprised by the results. I thought that some things would come out head and shoulders above others, and they just didn't. It was actually the ones that were performing well and the ones that were performing badly were exactly the same. It was the same strategies.
It's curious, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the way that you'd interpret that in terms of the wealth profiling is that if something's working well, then it means that someone's doing something that is obviously within their profile. If something's going badly, well, then you probably have to consider, is this really what I should be doing? So, for instance, if I'm a mechanic, for instance, is a social media strategy...
That's not a mechanic job.
No, not a mechanic job, a mechanic profile.
Mechanic profile, okay. Yeah, there's names for the different profiles. Mechanic is one of the profiles.
And there are 8 profiles.
Yes, it doesn't mean that that's your job, or you're running a mechanic's business. Okay.
Okay, so if I'm a mechanic profile and I what it means to be a mechanic profile is to be very good at doing processes and systems. If I were to try and put that out in social media, yes, I could use some strategies, but trying to be like a star who would be doing videos like this, or would be trying to build a brand online, that would be completely out of flow for me. So I'd have to try and adapt what I was doing to fit my profile, which is a completely different strategy. Yeah?
Okay, yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. So you might find, for instance, on your poll that some people have had great success with direct mailing, and some have had really bad results.
That's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. Yeah.
And similarly with pay-per-click, it doesn't mean that pay-per-click is a really, really bad strategy. It means that the person wasn't suited necessarily to the pay-per-click strategy. I know someone who is amazing at pay-per-click, and every time I talk about mechanic profiles, I have to bring his case up, because he has spreadsheets for uploading keywords, and the way that you phrase it, with the brackets, it's really complicated, but he knows exactly what he's doing,
and he loves doing that.
And he loves doing it. Yeah. I mean, he gets excited because he's found like a way of tweaking his results, so he gets an uplift in conversion rates, and that's exactly what a mechanic is really good at: tweaking the results, putting in a system, and tweaking it even more. So he makes a fortune through using just that strategy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get up in front of a room and try and present a seminar on it, for instance, because that would be out of his flow.
Yeah. He probably wouldn't be doing videos. He wouldn't be. No. I'm guessing what else? Is he a big networker? He probably isn't a big networker.
He's not big on networking.
Yeah.
But supporters like yourself are very good at networking. So they'll spend a lot of time going out and meeting people, and then beating themselves up often for having a good time and meeting lots of people, because they think that they should be sat at home working on their computer. Whereas, in fact, one of the big challenges for supporters and deal makers is that going out and meeting people and having a good time and doing business in that kind of environment is exactly where you're going to make your wealth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Credits do more of it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now I know that all those networking events that I go to, where I've probably met some of you, is a great thing to do.
Absolutely.
So thanks, Laura. It's been great to have you here and to find out a little bit about wealth profiling and how you can use wealth profiling in your business. This is the first of a series of talks and interviews that we're going to be doing, so keep an eye out for the next one. See you soon.
Bye.